This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, you might have been switching back and forth from the Red Sox to the Celtics to the Celtics to the Red Sox and back and forth. We know the Celtics are down 2-0 in their best of 7 NBA Eastern Conference playoff series in the semifinals against the New York Knicks. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about a Red Sox victory. The Red Sox, thanks to Alex Bregman, avoid a fourth straight loss and even up their series against the Texas Rangers, 1 game apiece, with the finale and Brian Bayo on the mound on Thursday afternoon at Fenway. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, calling over 1,000 games in the minors, spending one glorious Saturday in the show, calling Padres-Dodgers with Doug Glanville from Dodger Stadium on ESPN Radio's national broadcast. Ellis Burks, to this day still one of my all-time favorite Red Sox players. Providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcast. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're not talking Celtics loss to the Knicks. We're talking Alex Bregman delivering in a big way and also hitting a career milestone. Tanner Houck didn't get through 5 innings. Bullpen, for the most part, took care of business. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. With us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button and join the Sox conversation. You can also hit me up on the X at Lennox on Baseball with questions, comments, or concerns. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. So Tyler Mahle, off to a great start for the Texas Rangers, looking like a Hall of Fame pitcher against the Red Sox early on against Tanner Houck and the Red Sox Wednesday night from Fenway Park. Tanner Houck giving up a run early on. And this was an odd game. You had a collision at first base. You had a couple of turns. You had Campbell out at the plate. You had no challenge in that situation as well. But scoreless through the first 2. And the Rangers with a run in the third and a run in the 4th inning. But then, without a base hit through the first 3 against Mahle, the Red Sox turned that around. And they did it in the 4th inning. The bats, you can say, finally came around. And one guy really got things going.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Alex Bregman just having one of those nights. Bregman's solo home run, his 9th of the season, first hit of the game for the Red Sox, that coming in the 4th inning. Mahle giving up his first home run of the season. It comes to Alex Bregman. Bregman number 9 and his 200th career home run at the big league level. So, easy math, 191 of those. And don't forget a lot of postseason home runs as well, though don't count in that regular season total. But 191 of those with the Houston Astros. So 2-1 ball game as the Red Sox get on the board in the run column and the hit column. Then later in the inning, Mahle, who had not given up a home run at the start of the inning all season long, gives up his 2nd home run of the season and 2nd home run of the inning. As Wilyer Abreu smokes a home run, his 8th on the year. And with that, the Red Sox tie the game up at 2-2. Now, in that 4th inning, as the final out is recording, I'm saying, okay, in the 4th inning, I resign myself to the fact that Tanner Houck's probably going 5, and that's it. And you're going to need 4 full innings out of the bullpen. That's kind of what you got. And I was curious to see what Houck was going to do in that 5th inning. Well, Gonzalez ground out, or rather, Houck responds. Seager, a comebacker to the mound. It goes as a base hit. Peterson, a double. Peterson coming alive, by the way. Jock Peterson, below 100 with the batting average coming into the series. He's kind of coming alive. A double. Infield up, nobody out. Hot shot to short. Story makes the play. Garcia, situational hitting. Sac fly, run batted in, just like that. From down 2-0 to tying the game up at 2-2. Houck gives up the go-ahead run in that 5th inning. Houck out, Wilson in, Carter ground out, inning over. And Wilson does a nice job in relief. Inning the 3rd, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. Bernardino, a scoreless inning. 7 pitches total in his 1 inning out of the bullpen. And then Weiser gives you a scoreless 8th inning. And then, of course, Chapman gives up a run on a home run by Josh Jung But Bregman getting back to him. Bregman, a home run, a double. Then in the 7th inning, 2 on, 2 outs. Delivers. 2-run base hit over the shortstop, scoring Connor Wong and Cedar Rafaela. Red Sox go up 6-3 or 5-3. Wilyer Abreu with a home run in the 8th inning to make it 6-3. Young, I mentioned the home run against Chapman in the 9th inning. And Alex Bregman, the big star in the game for the Red Sox, as he just gets the job done. And as well as he has been for the Red Sox now through the first 38 games of the season, as he's got the 9 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Trevor Story, it's time to get going. Another collar, 0 for 4 and a strikeout. Trevor Story, it's time. 15 straight games now for Story. 15 games and just 2 runs batted in. 15 games in a row for Trevor Story without an extra base hit. And for the second straight game in this series, 0 for 4. But I want to get to a point here. Bregman comes through in the 7th inning. Now, Rafael Devers was up there. And he did move the runners along. But with that RBI situation, Rafi Devers come through. You plate the go-ahead run. He does move the runners along, a productive out. But Bregman, 3 RBIs in the game, and that 2-out, 2-run single delivering in a big way. And the Red Sox pick up the victory. And Chapman needed to pitch Wednesday night, probably lead, tie, or, deficit going late innings, because he hasn't worked a lot. But now you win game 2, you even up the series, you've got a chance to win the series against the Texas Rangers. Mahle went 5, gave up 2 earned runs. Bernardino ends up with the victory, and Chapman to save his 5th on the year. So the Red Sox avoid a 3rd straight loss. And you like a lot about what happened with the Red Sox. The losing streak is over. Bregman, big night. And I liked what I saw from Abreu, obviously with the 2 home runs. But First Nesson reference, Lou Merloni and Kevin Millar talked about Cedar Rafaela collecting a couple of base hits, swinging still early in the count, but had some lengthy at-bats and came through with a couple of base hits. There was one at-bat in this game, and I want to find it for Christian Campbell. Campbell came through with a single, and he had the runner at second. There it was. Yeah, Bregman in the 6th inning had a double off the Green Monster. Campbell had a single to right field. So no matter what, he was moving that runner along to third. But instead, he gets the base hit. Ball sneaks through. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Abreu RBI double. And a 3-3 game. That's where Campbell got thrown out at the plate. And the Red Sox did not have a challenge, but it looked like Campbell was in there easy. And these umpires are missing calls at home plate and on the bases. They're missing them, and they shouldn't be missing them. Replay, I think Kevin Millar mentioned it. You lose your challenge, and you don't... Isn't it ultimately what you need to do is get the call right? And that play at first base with Romy Gonzalez early on in the game where the runner was able to reach, I think if Gonzalez had gone over and tagged the runner's out. Once the runner passes first base, and I don't think it was ever brought up on the Nesson broadcast, and I'm going to look this up at some point, but the runner misses the bag, goes past the bag. Gonzalez regroups. But again, there's a big point to be made here because Romy Gonzalez had it later in the game with Smith, and there was a review, and Gonzalez was called out. But when you're inexperienced at first base, it could lead to exactly what you saw on more than one occasion. Smith, inexperienced. And Millar, I believe it was either Millar or Maloney. I think it was Millar saying, hey, you can't have your foot on the bag like that. That's dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for the base runner. And Gonzalez had to come out of the game. So now Gonzalez might miss a few days, or who knows, he might have to go on the IL. Abraham Toro's your first baseman. And whether you like it or not, you might have to bring up Vaughn Grissom. And all of a sudden, there's talk on social media on Wednesday that Alex Cora may have opened the door just a little bit about Rafael Devers maybe at some point picking up a first baseman's glove. Maybe, but I'm tired of talking about it. Red Sox pick up the victory. Again, series even 1-1. Let's hit your comments here real quick. Celtics lose. Smoke Dog 1982 showed a little fight tonight. Celtics did in the 4th quarter. That's for sure. But there was a lot to like with this one. Again, Rafaela, maybe he's coming around. But again, I don't think Kevin Millar is talking for the front office. I don't think he's putting feelers out there. I think he's basically saying exactly what he wants to say. Cedar Rafaela has to make adjustments at the plate because pitchers have made adjustments to him. Why pitchers are throwing the first pitch to Cedar Rafaela during an at-bat anywhere into the strike zone is beyond me. But they throw a lot of off-speed stuff, and he chases it. He'll swing at anything up there. He's in swing mode. Lou Merloni's mentioned that a couple of times on this homestand. He is going up there swinging. You know what? Let him go up there for the first pitch of the at-bat without the bat. Put it on your shoulder and just take the pitch. It's so against, do I want to bring up Moneyball? No. But they're not, nowadays you don't have to work a pitcher to get him out early. Pitchers are out of games early anyway. Mahle went 5 and really he was kind of cruising. But he still goes just the 5 innings and throws 88 pitches. Pitchers get themselves out of the games early, and you're into the bullpen earlier in the game than during the Moneyball era of the early 2000s. But see pitches, grind out at bats. And again, I don't think Kevin Millar is talking for the Red Sox front office, but he's making a brilliant point. By the way, another NESN reference, Jemai Webster, who I absolutely love and admire because he's terrific at what he does as the Red Sox sideline guy. He talked with Brett Boone in the pregame show, the new hitting coach for the Texas Rangers, and all the answers that Brett Boone gave you, they were insightful. They were open and honest, and you really expect that guy from a guy like Brett Boone, who I think recently had a podcast. But anyway, just the things that he's saying. Hey, you guys won the World Series 2 years ago. Hey, I want to see what your approach is, what you're doing. And then we'll start working on some things. But I'm so glad I was able to catch that interview in the pregame. That was terrific. And if you're keeping score at home, I'm not saying it tonight, but I'm just following up from last night. If you're keeping score at home, the Rockies have parted ways with a hitting coordinator, hitting instructor, offensive coordinator, whatever you wanted to call him, and they brought in Clint Hurdle. The Texas Rangers have done the same in the last couple of days, and they brought in Brett Boone. The Red Sox are going to make a move at some point. It may very well be outside the organization. And it might be a former big leaguer as well. I've championed Carlos Beltran. Bring him back. I think that would be huge. Smoke Dog 1982 again. I thought the point of the replay system was to get the call right. Now they're blowing calls based on technicalities. I'm amazed we won a game with CB Buckner at home plate. Smoke Dog 1982, you're right on all points. Yeah, it's to get it right initially. And I really do think umpires basically are saying, hey, if I miss the call, I've got backup. Well, not all the time. That play on Campbell at the plate where he's called out looked like he was in there and in there easily. I was shocked they called him out and thought immediately, no, there's no challenge. Lost it. But then again, if you have 3 or 4 challenges in a game, look at the NBA game nowadays. Those games used to be 220, 225, creeping into 230. They're well over 2.5 hours now. All of these challenges. But yes, it's to get the call right. And it's frustrating because the system still is not 100% accurate. Swagoo, first pitch should always be off the plate to Cedar. Yeah, I can't understand why guys throw even close. And they do. They're not balls in the dirt or, chest high or eye level. No, a lot of breaking balls, sliders, pitches that have some spin on them that are moving away from him, but he's swinging. But yeah, if he reaches out somehow and just pokes the ball in play, maybe he gets himself out, but usually it's a swing and a miss at strike one. Andrew the GOAT, really good win by the Red Sox tonight. Yeah, and I think it's even bigger when you see the fact that the Celtics did lose, and both home in Boston on Wednesday night. I said it on Tuesday. It was a must-win, a true must-win for the Celtics. Did not happen. For the Red Sox, a must-win in order to avoid a 4th straight loss and going 2 games under 500. Because this is the team that is not a below 500 team at any point. Houck, I wish there was more. But again, in the 4th inning, he was above 70, ended up with 89 pitches total, and you just knew he wasn't going long. So now you need a strong effort out of Brian Bayo. You really do on Thursday against Jack Leiter. See how Bayo pitches. He's had 2 days to watch this Texas Rangers offense and how they've gone about their approach at the plate. You pick up a victory and you win the series. Do you want a 3-3 homestand? No, you don't. You really don't. But you take the victory, and if you can win, you drop 2 out of 3 to the Twins. You win 2 out of 3 against the Rangers. You move on, and you got the next 6 on the road. But the bullpen, after getting that lead, Bernardino, Wilson, and Weissert, they didn't go to Whitlock. They didn't go to Slayton. Obviously, those 2 guys are probably available on Thursday for the series finale. And again, you win the finale, and you win the series against the Texas Rangers. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, we are presented by Wonderful Pistachios. Have you had Wonderful Pistachios lately? Well, if you're looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious, crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios, highest protein, one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help you feel fuller longer. You may love the no-shell variety like I do. It's the perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days, whether you're snacking at your desk, on a road trip, in the car running errands, or you just need a quick protein boost. They're always a go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell option, well, certainly a classic favorite. Wonderful Pistachios, a complete protein providing all 9 essential amino acids. These little green wonders pack a protein punch. No shell. Wonderful Pistachios for the grab and go ease and the satisfying crack of opening up each shell as you snack. It's like snack meditation. Whether you're running between meetings, dropping off the kids, Wonderful Pistachios, the snack that works as hard as you do. Go snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, talking about a Red Sox victory against the Texas Rangers at Fenway Park Wednesday night, also presented by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for skilled trade, Supply House. Whether you're into plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy to use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done and get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you are going to find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, and now it's your turn. Join Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. And remember, discount on each order. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off on your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Supplyhouse.com. Red Sox pick up the victory. End of 3-game losing streak. Jules checking in. I thought Seager had it. Not sure where you're mentioning that one. Give a little bit more reference there, if you would, Jules. Smoke Dog 1982, what do you think about all the rumors of Cedon trade being imminent? Smoke Dog 1982, to be honest with you, I haven't seen that. The Athletic, Boston Globe, Mass Live, RedSox.com, Ian Brown, those are usually my go-tos during the day for Red Sox coverage. I have not seen that. His value's not at its highest. If there's a team that's looking to lock up a guy that you could put at shortstop and perhaps have a Gold Glove shortstop for your future and locked up, I think he'd be an attractive piece. If you're looking for a guy who can patrol center field and play Gold Glove defense in center field, I think he's an attractive piece. But the hitting side right now, if you can get somebody to buy on Cedon Rafaela with what you have behind him, yeah, I've not heard those rumors, so I could not go any further. Does it make sense that they're out there? Yeah, it does. Still early on. We're not even at Memorial Day. But that would be an obvious move. And what I kind of think about it on the back end of this, Smoke Dog 1982, is if you're entertaining trading him, then you've got to entertain. You give him another week or two. If he's still hitting below 220, you have to entertain the fact that you need to send him down to AAA. Let his value build there as a hitter. I don't know what scouts would say. If a scout right now saw Cedar Rafael over the last couple of weeks at the big league level, then saw him go down to AAA Worcester and tear it up for a few weeks, I don't know that his approach is really going to change that much. He needs to see more pitches. He needs to be more selective, and he needs to go to the plate with a better plan. But really, if you're entertaining moving Cedar Rafaela to bring up Roman Anthony, okay. But then I think you've got to. I think that the clock is ticking. If he's still on your roster in 2 weeks, and he's hitting where he's hitting right now, you got to entertain sending him down, doing a flip flop. Smoke Dog 1982. I bet the Rangers would give the farm for Abreu right now. LOL. Yeah, you brought a smile to my face. Unfortunately, after tomorrow, Rangers and Red Sox don't play again. Wilyer Abreu is going to have to feast on other teams' pitching. But yeah, from last year to this year, he's really, really tagged Texas pitching. And it's great to see as well. Red Sox, again, avoid a third straight loss, avoid going 2 games under 500, back to 500 now. And it's hard to believe, but you're almost 40 games into this season. It really is just hard to believe right now. But another 0 for 4 for Trevor Story. I don't know what you do right now with Trevor Story. I mean, I really don't. I don't know that you can move him across the diamond. Now, 6 for his last 54 over 13 games with 20 strikeouts. And he had a little dribbler out in front of the plate. That wasn't hard contact. Red Sox avoid going under 500 at home. Entering Wednesday, dropping 5 of 6 overall and dropping 5 of 6 at Fenway Park. No. You're going to be lucky if you depart after Thursday's finale with a 3-3 homestand. You're coming home after this upcoming trip to Kansas City and to Detroit, and that's not going to be an easy trip. But I think you have 10 in a row. Baltimore's in there. No, Atlanta's in there. I'm sorry. Atlanta, New York, and there's one other series. It could be the Orioles. But the next homestand, you better not be sniffing 5-5. You better be 6-4, 7-3. That's the next homestand. That's down the road a little bit. But let's go. Garcia home run, by the way, against Tanner Houck early on. And Garcia right down the left field line. Garcia, his 3rd career solo home run. At that point, his 5th career hit against Tanner Houck. That was one of the numbers of the night. There were a couple of guys in the lineup who've had previous success against Tanner Houck. What's on deck? Day baseball at Fenway on Thursday. Looking forward to it. Love the day games. Brian Bale against Jack Leiter. Looking forward to seeing that pitching matchup. Really am. That's going to be that's going to be an interesting one. It could be 5-5 in the 5th inning, or each guy could be cruising right along through 5, and then they could give it up in the 5th or 6th inning. I mean, there's a lot with Bello and Leiter tomorrow. And even if they're on early, not that they're prone to implode, but it's certainly on the table where they could give up a big inning. I'm really looking forward to seeing Bello go again, because first 2 starts, building on them and going forward. So, day baseball tomorrow. We're going to be on with you late Thursday afternoon with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. The Celtics are off until Saturday as they try to regroup and get back in the series after losing the first 2 at home against the New York Knicks. But series finale tomorrow for the Red Sox against the Rangers. Again, Brian Bello on the mound. Going to be curious to see what the lineup looks like, day game after a night game, for Alex Cora and the Sox. We're going to be on within minutes of the final out of Thursday's finale of the homestand and the series against the Texas Rangers as well, the final regular season meeting of the season between the 2 teams. Locked On Sports, Locked On Red Sox, your team, your Red Sox, every day.